So I just remember the last video we did together, apparently someone said I was like, I'm annoyed by you, which I am. So should I be extra annoyed by you? Get away!
Sit back to back like in Forrest Gump. Like this. Is this funny? Like we're taking a picture. Well, I'm pretty annoying too. So it's okay.
Okay, so
help a sister out.
We've been debt free for 3 years. Yay!
Doesn't feel like it. 3 years.
Feels like it's been longer. So we just want to kind of do a video celebrating our 3-year anniversary. I didn't know what to talk about, so I posted on my Instagram and asked if you guys had any questions. Are you really going to sit like that for the whole video? No. And so that's what we're going to do is that will pretty much answer everything we would want to talk about. So we're just going to answer questions. We get a lot, so it'll probably be a long video.
I like all the questions you guys put out here. It helps us get to thinking and really start to reflect. And I'm all about reflecting and projecting. Reflect on the past year, project on the new year. So this is perfect timing towards the end of the year. And we're excited to do this. So thank you guys, and hope this helps everyone else that has these questions.
Well, I just remember like when we first became debt free, I remember a coworker saying, like, because I was so excited about it and making a big deal out of it, and my coworker said something about, oh yeah, I did that once, paid off my credit cards. But she's like, but then I went back into debt. And so like, we're different in that way. We're obviously not going to go back into debt ever. And I heard recently about some YouTubers who were big Dave Ramsey fans and got debt free, and then they went back into debt, and I just like couldn't believe it. And I don't know for sure if it's true, but pretty sure it is, and just that's not going to be us, okay? We're still debt free for 3 years.
Yeah, that's out of our vocabulary. We're not
well, you would go back into debt if it wasn't for me.
Oh gosh, see, there it is again, right? I mean, yeah, she helps me. We help each other out. Okay. But we see the big picture now. We've learned a lot. And it'll never be the same. So we have actually dug up our family tree, burned it, and we planted a new one. So that's what we did.
That's insulting to your family.
I'm sorry, no, I still have my family.
Okay. Number 1, the former Mrs. Jones said, have you had to dip into the emergency fund for anything? Is living debt-free hard or easy for y'all? Yeah, we have had to dip into the emergency fund the past couple years. Not as much this year as we had to last year. And it wasn't for emergencies. It was just for, I don't know how to explain it, because it's the whole commission thing, and we just weren't prepared. And he would go months without getting a commission, and we didn't have a Hill and Valley fund yet, which we have now. So now if we have to dip into something when he's not getting commission, we dip into our Hill and Valley fund.
That's been huge for us because that helps me with my job and my keeping me level.
So a couple months ago we did have to we depleted our Hill and Valley fund, and then we even had to use some of our emergency fund because he didn't get paid for a long time. But we paid it back right away.
So yeah, it was, my commission goes like that, so we just plan for it. And when we have to use from the emergency fund in that manner we do, but right when we get the commission that comes in, it goes right back to what we had to take out. We make sure of that. So, but is it easy or hard, or what was the question?
Is living debt free hard or easy for y'all?
Y'all. She must be from the South-ish.
It's the former Mrs. Jones.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's much easier because basically we don't have to think about being in debt. We don't have to think about paying off our stuff, and we're able to think more proactively rather than being reactively to the bills that are coming in and keeping the stress levels up, and the arguments and the fighting and the things that come up to get in the way of other things that we're able to do, like build our relationship and focus on our kids and not have to worry about different things.
Yeah, but like the way I take it, is it hard for you to not go buy a brand new car or like use credit cards?
Yeah, I mean,
not me.
Not as much as it used to be for me. Like, I still like nice things. I still want nice things, but I don't want to go out and buy a brand new car. No, that's not. No. No,
it's not. It's easy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. Number 2, what step are you on now? Are you paying off your mortgage early? Are you finding it harder to stay focused after the excitement of BS2?
Debt free by 40. Thanks for the question. Okay. That's a good question.
What step are you on now? I said this in my last update video, but I haven't talked about it with you in a video, but we're pretty much we haven't completely finished baby step 4. Like, we had this conversation last night, and Jared's like, yeah, we haven't. I'm like, no, we haven't. We haven't sat down and looked at the exact percentage, and it's really sad to say that since we've been debt free for 3 years, but
I know how much the percentage that I'm putting into my 401k. We know how much that we put into each one of our Roths, which is about 11%. We're a little bit off of the 15%, and we need to dial that in. So yeah, we're a little sloppy there. But we're on step 4. We are working on step 5 too, because we invest for our kids. We've set up a 529, and we try to pay off our house mortgage. We've
a few of the months this year we were able to pay extra towards our mortgage.
I mean, not as much as we'd want. We're talking a couple $100 when we have it, so it's not like we're making huge strides.
And then every time we do like get a big commission and we sit down and do the budget together, and like we fill up all of our funds, our sinking funds, and then we still have money left over, and we're like, what should we do with this? And I'm like, I guess put it towards the mortgage. And then he's like, that's so boring.
Yeah, so that was to your next question. Do you find it hard to stay focused, you know, after the excitement of baby step 2? Yeah, it's not as exciting, honestly. Paying off debt, you see change, you see momentum, you start feeling this excitement, you start feeling your life change. Like, our life has changed drastically, and but there's just not that much excitement on the back end of it. You don't see as much, I guess, progress.
Because someone, like Amy said in my last video, it's not as exciting like when you're paying off the little debts and you get, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because this is one huge debt. When you're with the other one, it was like a lot of little debts.
Yeah, and this is very long-term stuff. I mean, put into your 529, our kids aren't going to graduate till they're 5 years old. They're not going to graduate till they're 18. So that's a long, you know. It's just harder to grasp the longer-term picture, but I see it, and it's good to implement it and start it. And
I don't know why it's so hard to pay extra towards our mortgage. I mean, at least we're still doing our budget and we're still doing it, but it's just not as fun. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's not as fun it's just not like fun to save.
Yeah.
I guess it is when you get to use that money, but
looking at our big time goal, we'd like to pay off this house and use it as a rental. So that's a huge thing for us, and it hasn't fired us up yet because we kind of feel like it might not be possible because we want a bigger house. So there's a lot of things we have, but yeah, there's been a struggle with keeping that momentum going, but we're doing good. We just got to keep it going. So.
All right. Megadeg said, "How is Jared doing with his Achilles heel of personal and eating out money?" Hey, she said, crying laugh.
Yeah, not good. It's hard out there. You know, my personal, I do a lot more things that playing golf and personal stuff that I spend my money on more than her, obviously. You know, I'm more active, and I don't want to say it that way, but I'm with my business, I try to go out and meet and take people to lunch, and I spend a lot more money and just walking out the door, you know, it's going to cost you money, you know, just get in the car. I work from home a whole lot, but she's, yeah, you know, just find myself, and you get out there, you're exposed, and so.
And he just, I don't know, he has addiction to buying shirts and socks and silly things that I can't understand.
Help me out there, guys.
He goes to the gas station a lot still, but we're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. It's the first part is being
He's addicted to buying bracelets now too.
No.
Show him your bracelets.
No, we're not talking about that.
He's pretty much doing the same.
Yeah.
As always.
So yeah, my goal for 2018, I'll share that with you guys later. But that's
I think
part
it's
of
because
it.
he's surrounded by people that all his best friends spend money the way he does, and so it's like, right?
I don't know. I just still have my old habits that inflict me sometimes and surface. But, you know, I'm getting better. I've changed a lot. I need to... It's something that, yeah. Next question.
What baby step are you on? She asked that, but we already pretty much answered. Still, it's kind of embarrassing to say we're still working on 4 and 5. It's just like, why haven't we sat down and figured it out? I told him in the last video. I told him in the last video. I feel like it's the whole commission thing. Like, how do you do 50% when you sometimes get the commission? But I think we should be get the exact number of 15% of your base salary, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
We should at least be doing that.
Okay, but see, here's what is going on. And then
when you get a commission check, we can put extra send it over to wherever you send
Yeah.
it. I think he just feels like it's okay that we're not at 15% because all of our accounts are doing so well and we have a lot in there, right? Is that what you feel?
They're doing
I
really
don't
good.
know.
Yeah, and plus, like, whenever I get a big commission check, I mean, I got, I don't know, $8,000 or $9,000 commission check, and they took the percentage out. That was a lot of money that went right into my 401k off that check. So I've just been seeing it, you know, it's, and of course the market's doing great, so that's inflicting it too, but I feel like we put enough in there. We need to increase it, you know, we need to get it to 15%, but I'm happy where it's at right now. You know, it's at about 11 to 12%. But yeah, I think there's some dialing in we need to do on that. So technically though, to answer your question, we're doing baby step 4, 5, and 6 kind of simultaneously right now, as much as we can. We're investing in the 529; those are set. So you know, you can't just throw a lump sum in that. That's something that has to develop over the time that we have. Our kids are 2 and 5, so we still have time to invest in that, which we're continually doing each month. Baby step 6, like we're saying, we pay the mortgage off. If we have any extra cash, that's probably where it's going to go. We've done it a couple times this year with some extra cash that we've come into. And then baby step 4, we're right there, you know, at about 11, 12. We need to dial that in. So
3 years later, are you where you thought you'd be financially? What is your next goal?
good question. Who said that?
Scavin84.
So yeah, I don't know. I felt like, here's the thing. When you go through the debt race, you see a lot of momentum and you see a lot of change, right? But it's only one step. And I felt like, it'd be a lot more fast paced with baby step 3, after we got out of debt. Our phone died.
Are you where you thought you'd be financially?
Yeah, after 3 years, yeah, I think we're about where I thought. I don't think I was expecting to have the house paid off as quickly. I thought we might be a little bit further along because of just how much momentum we had created in the snowball and getting out of debt. But we kind of she's been able to work from home, so we're not stay at home with the kids. So we've taken a cut in our income, but it's what we wanted, and we're cool with the way the pace is going. I am. Are you? I think we're good with where we're at right now. Yeah, I expected it to be a little bit better as far as maybe having the house paid off more.
Yeah, I think when we first paid off our debt,
It was like, we'll pay off our house.
Definitely thought it would be faster with the house.
Yeah.
But we didn't know it would be hard adjusting to one income, especially that first year. But this year was a lot better.
Yep. All right. Good question. I like that question because that helps me think about your progress that we've made. And in 3 years, it's been good. All right. So, what is our next goal? I've got a week off, and it's one of my goals to sit. That's one of my things is going to sit down and do my goals. So,
well, what we really want to do, and we've always wanted to since we lived in this house, is we'd love to pay it off and keep it and rent it out, and own properties one day and do the whole, what do you call it?
Real estate
stuff.
Gotta inform my business partner here. Yeah, that's a goal for us for sure, is to pay off this house. God's blessed us tremendously with this purchase of this house, and the value of it's gone up. And
but we don't think we'd be able to. We think it would take at least 5 years to pay this off, and we're ready now
to get a different house,
for something bigger, a little bit bigger, and so I don't know what to do.
We got some thinking to do. It's a good thing to do. We're good with where we're at here. So, but our goal is to have it paid off and to hopefully get into a bigger house. All right.
I just don't think we could wait that long to pay this off and then save up a down payment for the next house.
Yeah.
Because that would take 10 years. So we don't know for sure what to do. Unless y'all want to give us $1 million.
Yeah, y'all got some money out there? All right, so Mom's Pumpkins. Have any old spending habits creep back in? Do you find yourself still setting goals? Are you meeting those goals, easy or hard? Yeah, look at if you see our budget meetings.
What?
My whole habits, I don't know if they ever left.
Well, that's what I was thinking about. When we started doing the Dave Ramsey stuff and got into debt, we were different than most people in that we didn't sacrifice a lot. We didn't give up Christmas or eating out or doing fun things. We just simply started doing a budget, and I don't know how we were able to get out of debt so fast when we didn't give up anything. I gave up things, I mean, this sounds stupid, but like Starbucks, and yeah, we
made small decisions, a bunch of small decisions that led to a big change. That's it.
Yeah, I know I used to spend before we started doing a budget, like I had like tanning memberships and gym memberships. Sometimes now I consider getting a gym membership, but like I'm just so cheap. That hasn't crept back in. Instead I bought P90X, so I just work out at home. I'm trying to save money. I don't want to like waste money on stupid stuff. So no, I think that we've done pretty well. I mean, we spend a lot, but it hasn't been any worse than normal. Do you find yourself still setting goals? Are you meeting those goals?
Yeah, we set goals all the time.
Financial goals?
Yeah, my financial goal hit this year.
Jared's a goal setter. I'm not really.
Yeah. So yeah, we set goals for sure.
Are you meeting those goals?
And where we are, I'll tell you right now where we were. I wanted to have a certain amount of money made by this year, and I've done that. I wanted to have a certain amount of money invested in the 401k and into the Roths. We've done that. I wanted to have a certain amount into our 529. We're close, a couple grand off of what we wanted, but yeah, it's been a good year. You know, and back to the budget, we're missing, you know, we go over budget, you know, yeah, but we don't beat ourselves up about it. We're not fighting about it. You know, we're trying to live our life and enjoy it, you know, and we've done well on the front end of it. So now we probably could tighten up some loose bolts here and there, mainly on my end, I'll admit, but we have a target that we're shooting for, you know, and it's something to aim at, and it's a good thing. So sometimes we don't always hit it. We're not perfect. So same thing with you guys, you know, right? It's don't beat yourself up all the time. So another good question that I saw here, Banana B 71. How has your relationship changed during the process? Great question.
I hate him. So ever since the beginning, that's what we always tell people is like doing the Dave Ramsey stuff not only helped us financially, but spiritually, in our our marriage, with our kids, like every area. So
yep. It's not just financial. We've brought
us closer together. It's good to communicate about your money. You know, we have lots of friends that they don't do that, and that's just weird.
You create a camaraderie. You create a team. Like you've accomplished something together. Like we're gonna sit together. You know, instead of on opposite sides of the table and looking at the problem, we're gonna sit on the same side of the table and figure out a solution to work together. And you know, Dave Ramsey's, you know, the two mules, whatever he talks about, pulling the carriage. You know, like we built each other, made each other stronger.
Mules.
What are they? Clydesdales. Yeah. You know, we've built each other up, made each other stronger. Not a lot of separation in our life. We share everything. We're very open, right? I mean,
I feel bad that sometimes you can't like get away with your spending because I see everything.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good thing because, right? I mean, we already create enough separation in our marriages, right? Why would you create another one by having a separate checking account? And I know I got buddies that do that, and I see some points in it, but it just creates another friction point. You know, when you draw that together as one, you're one. That's what it's supposed to be. You're building a relationship, and that's what's helped us a lot. And yeah, it's a great question because we've seen our relationship grow. It's been marriage counseling to us, not just financial. It's a lot involved with it. So
it is a constant struggle though, and we've made the video about this. I'll put below because we're so opposite with the way we spend money and stuff like that. Because I'm such a saver and he's such a spender, so it is really hard. But we just talk through it and like try to respect each other's whatever.
Yeah, we have boundaries, you know. We stretch each other. We're making each other better with the conversations that we're having because normally we probably wouldn't have those conversations. But it strengthened our marriage for sure. Good question, Banana B. All right, so Sarah Lies.
Have any of your friends or family started their debt-free journey because they were inspired by yours?
That's funny.
Are you trying to pay off your mortgage early? If so, well, we already answered that question.
So,
we're trying kind of, but okay.
Yeah, good question, because we were just out to eat last night with a buddy of mine.
Jared's very best friend.
And he told me he bought the Total Money Makeover.
We have everybody knows about the Dave Ramsey thing. And so Jared has two best friends, and they've always, you know, just kind of made fun of us. They never were interested in doing it for themselves. And then when we went to dinner with our friends last night, and he said he bought the Dave Ramsey book, we're like, wait, what? And so that was a long conversation, and he said a couple of his friends at work had been talking about Dave Ramsey, and I think Jared got a little offended because he's like, I've been talking about this for years, and it hasn't motivated you in any way, but so that was a fun conversation.
Yeah, it was good. No, yeah, but we I mean, our families joined our class and or been in the class that we coordinated and supported us there, and they've it's influenced people around
our
us.
family, some of them do a budget. Not everyone. No, it hasn't influenced all of them, but some of them, they do a budget now, and
our church
are trying to be debt free.
People in our church, we try to help, and we're being helped as well. You know, we're learning along the process. So, but
I just wanted to tell because I thought it was funny. Last night, his friend was saying like he doesn't agree with all of the things Dave Ramsey talks about, and so I said, what are you talking about? And he said like sacrificing and giving things up, like, you know, cable and stuff like that. And we were like, well, we never did that. So I think, you know, we're good examples to, like, you don't have to completely cut everything out of your life. But he also said, they were talking about the car payments. They're like, we don't agree with that. Like, we always want nice cars. We'll always have a car payment. You know, they think that they deserve that because they work hard and stuff. And, you know, we were trying just not to say anything, just like listening, like, yeah. And then they said something about leasing their car, and like, I kicked Jared's leg under the table, and we like started laughing because we wanted so bad to say something, but we didn't. So
yeah, I mean, that's just how good. It's just those cars are just so fancy right now, and they smell so good. But dude, they are just
they said
a drain of money.
Their payments together were like $1,000 a month. Like, I just could never. You can never argue with us that a car payment is okay because it's stupid.
Yeah. All right.
It's not okay. I just thought that was funny how it kicked your leg.
Yeah, she was kicking the leg. All right, so food rims. What are your plans for baby step 5 and 6? And I would love another net worth update. Love that video. Yeah, I'd love another net worth update too.
I thought about that. I had that on my to-do list a few months ago, and then I just kind of like, I get nervous talking about that and like how much money we have because I'm like scared family is gonna see it, or somebody, friends, or think it's okay to ask us for money or something. I know Jared don't think that way, but that's why I just kind of changed my mind about it because I get nervous.
God telling us need to give some money. All right, so so we kind of talked about that.
We've already pretty much answered that one.
Yeah, but good question. Thank you. All right, now.
But I might do another net worth. I don't know. Just tell me your thoughts on that. Putting that kind of information out there, you know.
I want to know again. All right, so this is from Tracy's 6'2".
What advice would you give your then self 3 years ago now, knowing what you now know? Knowing what you know now. Would you start it all again the same way or differently?
You know, I think that it'd have to be the same way. I mean, everything has to happen for a reason, right? Everything is a stepping stone to get you to do the next thing. You know, our story, the way it went down was pretty cool. If I could change it, I don't know. No, I don't think I would. I think it would have to play out the way it did for us to be here today.
I do wish we had focused more on the house. I wish we had it paid off more.
Yeah, I wish we could too. We should have about 20 grand more than we do right now, but been taking vacations. We've been living our life. We've been doing our thing, and I'm okay with that. But we need to tighten up the bolts this year, and we're gonna dial this sucker in. So that's what this is here for. So yeah, I mean, I think that it had to be that way, you know.
Would you start it all the same way, like when we first started Baby Step 2, or when we finished it? I mean, when we started Baby Step 2, I liked our story. I like everything about it, so I wouldn't change it.
Yep.
It all worked out perfectly, the timing and stuff, just with Jordan being born, and I got to start staying home right after she was born. So
we got to keep playing this story that God's playing for us, and sometimes I mess it up. We're gonna tighten them up. Tighten up the bolts.
I wish he'd tighten it up.
Not gonna help me. No. Oh, we got one more question coming in. What's that? What's that?
Well, it's the one from Facebook.
Oh, questions are really good too. Thank you, because it helps me think. And Gives us a different
Helpful will be on
perspective.
this one. Molly on Facebook said, "What is your best tips to keep your momentum going when Murphy has hit you hard and is draining your 6-month emergency fund? Like doctor visits, more than the usual visits, emergency surgery."
Well,
We haven't
Molly,
had
sounds like
things
you're going
like that happen.
Going through a lot. Sorry that you're having to go through doctor visits and all that. Pray your family's okay. But to keep your momentum, just keep that long-term goal in front of you. Long-term, keep that vision, that what you know, that picture that you painted that you're wanting.
And I mean, you should be thankful that you do. If that's all you're having to use, you know, like that's why that's there.
Those setbacks, those are part of your story. Those are what the process you have to go through to keep going through those stepping stones. Sometimes you have to take 1 step backwards, but you can take 3 steps forward, and that's really the way this works. I think it's happened with us a lot. We've had to, you know, I kind of feel like we're in that spot right now where we've just kind of in limbo, but you know, you probably got some emotional things going along with that as well. So you just need to refocus on what you're doing this for. Why? What's your why? What's your purpose? And what's your reason behind wanting to do all this? Get fired back up again. You gotta keep reminding yourself of that daily and write it down visually and get these boards I have in here that are just a whiteboard. And that's it. You gotta have your daily reminder. You gotta give yourself that momentum and that motivation every day. And pray. He'll help you out. God will be there for you.
I think even Jared needs motivation. Like we've lost it, so I don't know. We need to
Yes.
get back to listening to Dave. We don't ever listen to him take FPU or lead it or keep watching these videos. I still watch them and they get me pumped up about money stuff.
And I think also first thing you probably should do is just be blessed that you think that you have that 6 months. First, give yourself that credit that you did that. And yeah, it sucks to sit there and watch it slip away, but hey, give yourself the credit saying, hey, I had this here for a reason. That's why I'm using it. And if you have to go beyond it, then you got to do what you got to do, but you know how to build it back up. You did it once, you can do it again. So keep that momentum going. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
Praying for you, Molly.
We have had to use ours, but it wasn't for emergencies. It's just stupid spending. So, and I hate that feeling of using it, but just got to keep going. And that's the next goal, is to get it. That's the next, after our 4 walls and groceries and stuff, that's the next step, is to get that filled back up. All that.
So thanks guys for the questions. If you have anything else, these were good. These helped us prepare for a new year, get our new year plans in order.
So thank y'all for watching, and let us know where you're at on the baby steps. Maybe you can answer some of these questions below, give some better advice than we did. Thanks again for all the support.
Yep. Thanks guys. And have a Merry Christmas.
Okay, bye.
Bye.